Now, the All Progressives Congress has assured Nigerians that the nation's economy is rebounding in significant measure across all sectors. The ruling party made the claim in response to the Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi's claims of worsening economic situations of the country. Obi, in his New Year press conference on Thursday, claimed that the political, economic and security situation of Nigeria is worsening daily, despite government's contrary positions. However, the APC, in a statement countering the former governor's position, said Obi's claim at a time when all indicators show that Nigeria is rebounding in significant measure. The statement, signed by APC's National Publicity Secretary Felix Morka, said Obi's New Year message was misleading and appears intended to score cheap political points. To further look into the conversation, we are now joined by a lead faculty in Rome Business School, Dr. Lambert Ofoegbu. He joins from Bradford, United Kingdom. Dr. Lambert, you're welcome. Thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Good. Now, so what do you make of these claims and counterclaims by the former governor, Peter Obi, and the ruling All Progressives Congress?
Okay, that's interesting. You know, when I was being invited, I expressed my surprise because, you know, I'm not a politician. So I will be approaching the discussion strictly from thought leadership perspective. Yes, I want to create a balance because as opposition, they should have their voice. Peter Obi has done well by bringing out what the opposition thinks that is a challenge. In a similar vein, Felix Morka, in response, has equally done well because a man pushed to the wall will definitely use the wall as a support to push back. But you see, in all this, if I bring my thought leadership lens to where, you know, the two sides of the discussion, I will say, well, all well and good, draw a line of best fit, that there is no need of being absolute. For me, if I get a feedback from an opposition, I used to remember what my professor, when I was doing my PhD, told us, that any feedback, any criticism should be taken as a gift for you to run and improve your work. So the response opposition has, I'm not a statistician, but again, the little I know about statistics will tell you that with the same data set, you can make all the arguments you can make in favor and it will be valid. From the same data set, you can also make all the arguments you can make against and it is valid. So in that case, where do we stand? So I would prefer us to see the heartbeat of the people. If you tell me that my mother cooked 5 pots of soup with X amount of naira and I am hungry, it becomes a challenge. So my take on it is not about, I remember Fela's song, you be thief, I know be thief, you be arm robber, I know be arm robber, argument. No, I don't want to go through that route. I'm not equally interested in the figures being put out there, but what we are saying is, in my own opinion, is for the government to look at those areas. Yes, you can discountenance the way and manner it may have been put forward, but again, you know, we need to, you know, look into in between lines and see areas of improvement and, you know, go after the improvement instead of,
do you think,
pushing back.
Do you think he was trying to? Do you think Obi was trying to score cheap points? Because his criticisms dwelt heavily on insecurity and poverty, of which we can see that in Nigeria it is a problem. So, Aren't there justifications for that, for those claims?
Well, there are justifications, frankly. Like I said, I am drawing a line of best fit. And in a similar vein too, remember, it will equally be wrong, totally wrong, to say that the present administration has not done anything. So, but my point from thought leadership perspective, like I told you, I'm a core professional in the area of organizational project management, is to, in fact, I'm equally proposing a concept called war room, whereby the people in leadership, people in government could equally select some people in opposition. You know, it's not really a media affair, a government functional affair, to see what are you saying, criticize us, you know, puncture our tires, deflect our tires, let's go and repump, and now see how best, because you see, the opposition is there and is for good of all of us. So when two elephants are fighting, the grass, you know, suffers. So I don't really believe that he was trying to score cheap goals. The indices are there. How are we feeling? How are we secured? But however, I will not still, you know, erode the potency in government of the day that saying that they have not done anything. What I can say, it should be a work in progress, and they should assimilate and take Peter Obi's comment as a feedback to go back to drawing board and make all of us better.
In going back to that drawing board, do you think there is a need to trim down on the running cost of the country like he proposed?
Of course, it's not a rocket science. Nobody should get me wrong. It did not start from this present government. I'm trying to be careful not to be, you know, a critic. It's a fundamental error, but we need to make conscious effort to come out of that. We are, you know, mixing up two systems of government, presidential and parliamentary, thereby making it very expensive. So I'm looking forward to a situation whereby we can look inwardly and tell ourselves, starting from executive orders, at least what is within our reach before we start talking of reforms. But there are things within our reach we can say enough is enough. Why going to this extent? Why having this number of convoy? Why holding us in hostage because a dignitary is visiting? They are all unnecessary. It still feeds back to what we are talking about, security. If we are secured, do we need a level of security personnel moving around with our dignitaries? You know, and all that and all that. So there should be a situation whereby we tell ourselves the truth, and inwardly pencil out things we can do to reduce governance.
Well, Dr. Lambert, want to say thank you very much for joining us this evening and giving your, well, not a critique, but your opinion on the matter. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you.